The U.S. Department of Agriculture USDA, under the Trump administration, is demanding states turn over highly personal information about people who receive Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program SNAP benefits. The data being sought includes Social Security numbers, full addresses, dates of birth, citizenship status, and details about household members, raising significant privacy concerns and fears about surveillance and deportation. A major shift in data collection. This sweeping request, revealed in internal emails obtained by NPR, marks a major departure from standard SNAP oversight practices. Traditionally, while states administer SNAP with federal funding, they maintain control over participants' personal data. Federal audits typically focus on how funds are spent, not on collecting individual-level identity details. But starting in March 2025, the USDA's Office of Inspector General informed several large states, including California, Texas, Florida, and New York, of new inspections. These audits were initially described as efforts to evaluate how administrative funds were used. However, the scope quickly expanded to include data analytics on participant identity information, not financial eligibility, fraud detection, or employment status. A new directive and executive order. On May 6th, USDA escalated its efforts by issuing a formal letter to all states, requesting personally identifiable information of all SNAP applicants and recipients dating back to January 1, 2020. The letter cited President Trump's March 20th executive order, which aims to eliminate information silos and give the federal government unrestricted access to state data from programs that receive federal funding. This order created or empowered an internal unit known as DOGE, Department of Government Efficiency, which has reportedly been gathering sensitive data from agencies like the Social Security Administration, Homeland Security, and the IRS. DOGE's role includes combining data to detect fraud, but critics say it may also be used to identify and deport immigrants. Privacy experts sound the alarm. Privacy advocates and legal experts have condemned the request as reckless, invasive, and possibly illegal. John Davison of the Electronic Privacy Information Center called it an unprecedented expansion of government surveillance that likely violates the Privacy Act and could be weaponized to harm vulnerable communities. Critics argue that SNAP fraud is relatively rare, and most improper payments stem from clerical errors or misunderstandings, not deceit. According to USDA data, less than 1% of improper payments were tied to non-citizen eligibility in 2023. In contrast, this data collection effort seems to prioritize citizenship tracking over traditional fraud prevention methods. Impact on immigrant communities. Though undocumented immigrants are ineligible for SNAP, many lawfully present immigrants and U.S.-born children of undocumented parents do qualify. Advocates fear the new data sharing policy will discourage eligible families from applying, fearing it could jeopardize their immigration status or expose household members to deportation. State-level websites like those in California and New York currently reassure applicants that immigration data is not shared with authorities. But the USDA's aggressive push for access, especially through third-party vendors like Fidelity Information Services, could undermine that trust. Legal and legislative uncertainty. As of now, it remains unclear how states will respond. Some advocates, including those from protecting immigrant families, urge states to consult with Congress before complying. They emphasize that transparency and accountability are crucial, and warn of the broader implications of handing over sensitive data without clear legal safeguards. The USDA has not confirmed whether it will publish the required privacy assessments or system of records notices under the Privacy Act. In a brief response to NPR, a USDA spokesperson said the agency's legal counsel is reviewing the matter. Conclusion. While the USDA and DOGE claim their goal is to combat waste and fraud in federal programs, critics warn that their actions are building a powerful surveillance infrastructure with little oversight. If used improperly, it could erode public trust and harm communities that rely on government assistance to survive.